As you know, Bridgerton fans, we've all been waiting for Benedict Bridgerton to finally take the lead, and in Season 4, it's happening. Julia Quinn, the author of the books, is super excited too. She's been eagerly waiting to see her third book, An Offer from a Gentleman Brought to Life. Even though she hasn't seen the full scripts yet, she's heard some gossip and is thrilled about what's to come. Benedict's story has been building up for a while. In the earlier seasons, we saw him mostly as the charming, artistic Bridgerton brother, but now he's taking center stage. He's been a confidant for Eloise, a character with passions that don't always fit into the strict rules of the Regency era. And now, Season 4 will focus on his romance, finally giving us the love story that so many of us have been waiting for. In Season 3, we got a glimpse of Benedict's struggles, his desires, his journey to understand himself, and his place in society. But now, the story is shifting. Season 4 will dive into his love story with Sophie Beckett, a key character from the books. Their relationship is filled with so much intensity and emotion. It's the kind of love story that's not just about romance, but also about overcoming obstacles and defying expectations. When Benedict meets Sophie, everything changes. In the book, their meeting happens during a masquerade ball, where Sophie is dressed in a disguise, hiding her true identity. She's the illegitimate daughter of the Earl of Penwood, and her life has been filled with hardship, especially because of her cruel stepmother Araminta, who makes her life miserable. Sophie's world is one of secrecy, where she's forced to live as a servant in her own home. But everything shifts when Benedict rescues her from a dangerous situation involving her employer's son. He takes her to his family's countryside home, hoping to help her find a new job with his mother, Violet Bridgerton. What follows is one of the most heartwarming and emotional parts of the story. They have to stay at my cottage, a small, secluded place away from society. And it's during this time, with no one watching, that their relationship deepens. In the book, Benedict falls ill, and Sophie takes care of him. It's a vulnerable moment for both of them. Away from the eyes of the world, they're able to connect on a deeper level. The show will need to nail this part. Their time alone at my cottage is so important to their relationship. It's here that they realize their feelings for each other are more than just surface-level attraction. They're falling in love. This time in the countryside also gives us a glimpse of what their future together could look like, a life away from the rigid rules of high society, where they can just be themselves. For Benedict, who has always struggled with the expectations placed on him as a Bridgerton, Sophie represents freedom. And for Sophie, who has never really known what it feels like to be part of a loving family, Benedict and his world give her a sense of belonging that she's never had before. Now, while all this romance is happening, we can't forget about Araminta. She is, without a doubt, one of the most important villains in the Bridgerton universe. In the book, her hatred for Sophie is intense. After the death of Sophie's father, Araminta makes it her mission to make Sophie's life unbearable. Araminta's cruelty is rooted in her obsession with societal norms. Sophie is the Earl's illegitimate daughter, and to Araminta that's unforgivable. She treats Sophie as less than human while favoring her own daughters. This kind of villainy is crucial to Sophie's story. The show needs to keep Araminta's dark and unforgiving character intact, because it's her mistreatment of Sophie that makes the moments of kindness and love from the Bridgertons feel all the more powerful. When Sophie starts working for Violet Bridgerton, we see a different side of her. In the Bridgerton household, she's welcomed with open arms, and the way she bonds with the younger Bridgerton children is heartwarming. Violet, always the compassionate mother, sees Sophie's kindness and hard work, and welcomes her into the family long before Benedict realizes the depth of his feelings for her. This connection with the Bridgerton family is so important for Sophie. After the harsh life she's had, being embraced by the Bridgertons shows her what a loving family really looks like. It's something she's yearned for, and it's part of what makes her and Benedict's relationship so strong. Benedict, seeing Sophie interact with his family, falls even more in love with her. He realizes that this woman, who has so much warmth and love to give, is the one he wants to spend his life with. Their love story isn't just about two people finding each other, it's about finding a place where they belong, even when society says they don't. Benedict's proposal to Sophie is one of the most beautiful moments in the book, and the show will need to capture that emotion. It's not just about love, It's about overcoming the constraints of society and choosing happiness over status. As for what's coming next, Benedict's story in Season 4 gives us big clues about what's to come in Seasons 5 and 6. Benedict and Eloise have always had a close bond, and in the next season, it's likely we'll see Eloise's love story unfold. In the 5th book, Eloise connects with Sir Philip Crane through letters, and this eventually leads to their marriage. But of course, nothing in the Bridgerton world is simple. There are plenty of challenges along the way. Eloise has always been a standout character, with her sharp wit and refusal to conform to society's expectations. It makes sense that her story will take center stage in Season 5. She spent so much time rejecting the idea of love and marriage, but with Benedict's story unfolding in Season 4, we might see her start to reconsider what she really wants in life. And then, of course, there's Francesca. Her story is set to be explored in Season 6. While she's been a more reserved character in the earlier seasons, her love story with Michael Sterling is one of the most emotional in the entire series. But before we get to that, we need to see the fallout from her marriage to John. His death plays a crucial role in her journey, and we likely won't see that until Season 6. For now, though, the focus is on Benedict. His love story with Sophie is the heart of Season 4, and it's going to be an emotional roller coaster. From their secret moments at my cottage to the intense villainy of Araminta, there are so many key elements that the show needs to get right, and if they do, we're in for one of the most powerful seasons of Bridgerton yet. Thanks for watching. What do you think? Are you excited to see Benedict and Sophie's story come to life? And what are your thoughts on how the show might handle Eloise and Francesca in the upcoming seasons? Let us know in the comments below.